Episode 3: The Lake of Mists and the Secret of the Old Barrel. That morning, the sun hesitated, as if deciding whether to rise or stay hidden behind the hills. Archie awoke to the sound of dew dripping and the gentle rustle of vineyard leaves. It was quiet, too quiet. Even the rooster from the neighbor's yard, who usually woke up all of Erdevik, remained silent that day. He stepped out of his basket, stretched, and suddenly felt a pull, something invisible guiding his little paws toward a place he had never been. Past the rows of vines, past the old gazebo overgrown with wild roses, Archie crossed a narrow path for the first time. It led toward Lake Sod, a place the grown-ups called Forgotten. The lake lay still like a mirror, covered in a thin layer of morning mist. It smelled of reeds, damp wood, and something ancient. Archie sat at the edge of the shore and suddenly heard a gentle splash. Out of the mist emerged a white heron. She didn't fear the little pup. On the contrary, she stopped and looked straight into his eyes. And Archie somehow understood. This was not just a glance, but a message. You must uncover what the old barrel by the cellar hides. The heron vanished as silently as she had come. Archie returned home with his heart pounding. That evening, the winery lived its usual life. Barrels were full. The men sang old Serbian songs, and the scent of grapes mingled with the smell of baked bread. But he knew today was different. And when the house finally quieted and everyone went to bed, he tiptoed toward the old barrel, blackened by time, standing beneath the cellar stairs. He pressed his nose to the wood. A faint aroma reached him, lavender, smoke, and something else like a memory of a spring that no longer existed. He scratched at the barrel with his paw, and suddenly, one of the wooden slats gave way just slightly. Episode 4: The Ambassador and His Dog Dovepaw Prince. When a master speaks with peace. In the quiet, sun-drenched village of Erdevik, nestled on one of the rolling hills where the vines whispered in the breeze, there stood a house unlike any other. Everything about it was refined, yet simple, from the clean lines of its facade to the morning aroma of freshly ground coffee drifting from the terrace. It was the residence of the ambassador. His name was spoken with reverence. People in the village would say, "He's not just a representative of a country. He's a man who knows how to listen." From Belgrade to Novi Sad, from embassy halls to local taverns, he was known and respected. But there was one companion without whom he was never seen, a golden-red cocker spaniel named Archie. Archie, not just any dog. From the very beginning, Archie was no ordinary pup. Even as a young dog, he absorbed the atmosphere of refinement. Diplomatic conversations, whispers in multiple languages, and elegant evening dinners with distinguished guests. He learned to sit quietly at his master's feet, never barking, only listening. He knew when to approach, when to stay in the shadows, and, most remarkably, he could sense the mood of the guests with uncanny precision. "This dog understands more than some diplomats," joked the Hungarian ambassador once, offering Archie a slice of prosciutto. Morning walks and lessons in etiquette. Archie's day began early. He would accompany the ambassador on walks through the vineyards. The dog trotted just ahead, pausing now and then to sniff the ground, as if checking that all was well. To him, the vineyards were like a schoolyard to a child, a place of observation, discovery, and small adventures. After the walk, he would receive a light breakfast, a boiled egg, a touch of cottage cheese, and a few drops of olive oil. That was the custom. As the ambassador himself often said, those who live by the embassy eat like aristocrats. Diplomatic demeanor. But Archie didn't just eat with elegance. He lived it. His coat was always clean, his whiskers neatly trimmed, his gaze attentive but never intrusive. He knew exactly how to sit beside his master's chair, not like a pet, but like a composed bodyguard, ready to bark politely yet firmly if a stranger came too close. And yet, he was still Archie of Erdevik. Despite his refined manners and polished upbringing, he remained, at heart, a village boy. Once the diplomatic guests had left, Archie would burst into a run toward the edge of the village, to sniff old trees, chase birds, and of course, visit his first love, a little Bolognese dog named Zora, whose owner ran a small boutique selling handcrafted wines. With this unique blend, polished dignity and rural sincerity, Archie became a symbol, a bridge between simplicity and elegance. He was respected, he was loved, and above all, he was seen as a reflection of the ambassador himself.